different parts of our offense and defense and continue to work on it. Our punt, we didn't do much with the field goal today. It was a spirited practice. We've got a lot of competitors out there, and it's probably easier to say whoa than giddy up, but we got to bring some guys back. Anyhow, we're excited about moving forward. We'll have full padded practice on Saturday. There will not be a scrimmage, and there's probably not going to be any live contact, but it'll be good to get the pads on again. So at this time, questions. All right there, Cody.
Craig, of course we know you coach the field goal kickers.
Yeah.
We saw John Hoyland got a scholarship. Easy decision there, I assume.
Well, it really was. I mean, from the first game against Nevada, even though we didn't win, I thought he made several pressurized kicks. And, sometimes when you're here working in the elements, I thought he really did a great job. And, those 3 points really matter. I think he led the country as far as field goal percentages for a freshman or I don't know what a statistic, but it was outstanding. So we did put him on scholarship. Yeah, Michael.
We talked to Chad Muma a couple days ago, and he was kind of asked about, what he wants to improve on and where he's kind of at in terms of, an NFL future and whatnot. You've coached a lot of NFL players. Mm-hmm. Logan Wilson was just the guy who was here. Where do you think Chad needs to improve? And do you see him as a guy that could have a similar sort of stock rise that Logan did his last year?
Well, certainly do. Chad's got a couple more years of eligibility, but a lot of players are going to be dealing with what do they do? And, it's going to be important for him to continue to gain an understanding about where we're at defensively. I think he's got a really good ability to close the field and make explosive plays. He's an excellent blitzer. I think some of the things that he'll need to continue to improve on is some of his plays out in space, like on third down and things like that. When he's in pass coverage, he's got good strength. He's picked up some good weight. He'll need to continue to keep that weight on. And, he's a team player. He's all about Wyoming. But these guys do have aspirations. One thing that we did chart, we had more players on the NFL roster than any other Mountain West school this last year. And so I think we're a developmental program, but guys are seeing that we run a pro-style system on offense and in defense. And as a result of that, some guys have risen to the draft boards in the NFL. Where Chad's going to end up this next year will determine that. Davis.
Greg, you mentioned punter. You also need a new punt returner, some kick returners. Do you have leaders at those spots at this point?
No, we really, we're just sorting through that. I was thinking about that today, Davis. We'll try out several different guys during the course of the spring. It's going to be important that we field punts and turn the field over. And, the kickoff return is a big, big play. As the spring goes along, we'll feather some guys in there. Tracy.
Did you have any of the next year's freshmen come in at the semester break like you've had in the past with a couple guys?
I think we have one that came in during this spring. He's out there, and Zaire from Valor Christian is in here. Davis.
Jaden Clemens, Craig, is he here this spring or will he be here in the summer?
No, he's here right now. He's competing at the quarterback position. Cody?
You guys have a lot of good depth across the board, but once again, not a ton of depth at the cornerback spot that you know about yet anyway. You concerned with that at all, or you hoping to see some guys step up this spring?
Well, we certainly need to develop some depth. It's great to have CJ and ZZ back. Now, those guys played a lot this last year, and it's a little bit unusual for have two guys to be able to play the whole year. Typically, somebody unfortunately does get injured. So we're looking at a grouping of guys to develop. I think it's going to be hard for any of those guys to dislodge those two starters. They both played well last year, and they've had good springs thus far. Michael.
Did anybody have any significant gains in the weight room or this is the time of year where people have either lost a lot of weight or gained a lot of weight, strength? Anyone with any significant gains?
I think, first of all, Eric Abougier lost about 50 pounds and really improved his physical conditioning, and that's going to help him. He's down, I don't know, 329. He was up way up above that before. So we saw some good gains with him. I thought Chad Mumu picked up some really good strong weight. I mean, he's up in the 240-pound range. This is really going to help him. Some of the other guys, I think, have begun to level off. I think we've been able to keep our offensive line at a pretty heavy weight, but we've trimmed them down because we need to move better. Cody?
A lot of people talk about how Chad Muma replaced Logan Wilson, but Esaias Gandy replaced Elijah Halliburton. Where, not easy shoes to fill. What do you think about him and his progression?
He really played well during the course of this last fall. Now, we had an abbreviated season with 6 games, but he's an excellent tackler, really finds the football well, very similar to Elijah from that standpoint. We'll need to make sure that he continues to improve his play out in space. He is a safety, and so there's going to be times that we'll need him in a cover 2 deep zone, and we'll continue to work on that. But he's a smart, insightful, and very instinctive player that's an excellent tackler. Davis?
Greg, how's Alonzo Velasquez and also Charles? How have they looked physically coming off their surgeries last year?
Who was the second one, Davis?
Charles Hicks.
Chuck Hicks?
Charles Hicks, yeah.
Yeah. Alonzo didn't practice today. He's wrenched his back, but his knees are fine and certainly moving around. We've got him slotted in a starting spot at the tackle, and Chuck Hicks really came back and he's moving around full speed right now. Yes, Cody.
Fullbacks are another position where you guys are probably going to have somebody in there pretty new. What are your thoughts on the fullback position?
Well, we're sorting through some guys. Caleb Driscoll's from Gillette, has the physical attributes of somebody that we're looking at. Parker Christensen also will be able to slide in there some. And, I was remiss. Parker probably put on some really good lean muscle mass. I think he picked up about 10 pounds, and he's one of our faster players. So between those two guys, and we always talked about some Wyoming players, and typically fullbacks are guys that are just not tough guys that are athletic. So we think between Parker and Caleb, we're going to be well fortified at that spot. Okay, guys, want to say thanks for the coverage again, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Why don't you guys open it up for questions for Eric? Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Eric, can you hear me?
Yep.
Craig just told us that I think he said 50, but he said you've lost about 50 pounds this offseason. One, is that true? And two, how do you do that in only a couple of months? And why did you feel like you needed to do it?
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with just kind of like my process. I lost about 55 pounds, and honestly, right after the season, something.
We're having trouble hearing you, Eric.
Hello.
Perfect.
That's
Sorry,
better, yeah.
can you start over?
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, backtrack. So yeah, right after the season, I don't know, something just kind of clicked in me. My body just felt really down, just not really feeling where I wanted to be at. And I have dreams or aspirations to make it to the next level. And I knew deep inside that if I didn't get my weight down, it wasn't going to help me reach those goals. And recently I have lost about 50 to 55 pounds. My lowest one was 321. And yeah, I've been maintaining pretty well. I guess my biggest thing was changing my diet, learning how to eat the right things. And if I was going to slack off, I was going to make sure that, it was things that I knew were going to fuel my body the right way. And just making sure that I was committing my time to my workouts and committing my time to losing weight. And I feel like that's my biggest thing that helped me lose weight this past off season.
Just a quick follow-up. What has been the toughest thing to give up?
Everything, honestly. Trying to give up everything. I don't know. Like, I'm a big guy. I love to eat. I love to cook, especially. And learning to switch a lot of habits that weren't the best for me, and making better habits, trying to incorporate healthier eating and making sure that, like I said, I'm taking in the right things and the right calories, and making sure that I'm not putting on the calories that I just burnt off. Yeah, that was kind of the biggest thing for me this off season.
So Eric, can you tell a distinct difference in the way you're moving out there with all that weight loss compared to the last couple seasons?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially in practice, I feel more energized. I feel like I'm able to stay in practice longer. I'm not gassed out halfway through practice. I'm able to communicate better with my teammates because, before when I was 300, 360, like, I wasn't able to stay in practice. I wasn't able to communicate well. I wasn't able to be efficient on my technique. And now I feel like I'm energized. I'm ready to go every single play.
Tracy, go ahead.
Eric, was this your idea or did someone talk you into it? Did someone talk to you about why you needed to do it, or did you just make the decision up on your own?
It was all me. Like, I remember talking to Coach Caligas, and he asked me the same question. And honestly, it was just all me. I have a lot of people looking up to me, my family, and they know I have really good potential, and my coaches know the same thing. And just thinking back to the past season, I just, like I said, something just kind of clicked in me where I just wanted to be a better player on the field. And like I said, I just knew, like, if I was carrying all that weight, I wasn't going to be able to improve as a player and as a person.
Eric, did I see that you had off-season surgery?
Yeah, I had off-season surgery on my right hand. On my
Are
right
you
hand.
all healthy now?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Cool. The one question I had too was Derek Frazier. Obviously, Brad Miller was a popular coach. Now you have a new guy. What do you think of him, and how are things going so far?
Yeah, Coach Frazier has came in and brought something for our unit, and I would really want to say that's like very high energy. He brings something that as an offense that we all need. We need that energy to start going, getting that momentum going, and he has helped us become leaders on that field to like bring that energy that he brings. And a lot of things have changed, but he's told us that like even though things are changing, he's going to make sure that we're put in the right position to make sure that we're always dominant and that we make the right plays and that we stay on the field and be healthy.
Eric, you guys gave up 14 sacks last year. That's pretty uncharacteristic of this group. There a chip on your shoulder heading into the spring a little bit? You guys got something to prove?
We always have something to prove. Like every season that we walk into, we try to make sure that we expand our goals and our standards. We're never settled for like you said, like that probably put a chip on our shoulder, and I mean it has put a chip on our shoulder. It's made things, it's made the stakes higher. We want to be able to improve in all those areas, and like having those sacks on our shoulders, we don't want those. We want to go into the season where, we don't have any sacks, where we're improving in our pass game and we're improving on our run game. And yeah, I believe that after last season, we're definitely working on some things.
Got any more
Eric,
questions?
Eric, what's been your initial impressions of Coach Polisek, and is there a noticeable difference in his approach compared to Coach Vegan?
Like I said about Coach Frazier, those two definitely bring a different kind of energy. Very outspoken. They make sure that they put the guys in the right position, and if guys have questions, they're always going to make sure that they're communicating with the players and making sure that they're put in the right position, like I said. So, Coach P, he's definitely made a shift in our offense, energy-wise, for sure.
Are you guys good? All right, thanks, Eric.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we got Isaiah here. Who wants to open up first?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Davis.
So, Isaias, I know you didn't have to come back for another year, but you had the chance to do that. Obviously, what went into that decision, and why did you ultimately decide to come back for another season?
Honestly, like I love Wyoming, I love the team, and I feel like we could do something special this year, like something that we never done, and that's win the Mountain West Championship, and also I think it'd give me a better chance to accomplish like other personal goals, like going to the NFL, stuff like that.
Sias, how much did you learn from Elijah Halliburton, and did you feel the pressure to replace him last year at all?
Not really. Really, my role models when I came in were like Dewey and Marcus more so. Like Marcus really took me under his wing, like just the work he put in every day. I just followed after him, just working every day, trying to improve every day, and that's all I can do. And like if I improve every day, it's gonna make the team better. So that's what I try to do.
Obviously, you're back. Braden's back. Rome Weber is back in the mix. Is a little competition good in the safety room? And how do you think it's all going to play out? I mean, I imagine everybody's going to kind of have to play, right?
Yeah, everybody's taking reps right now. We're all in spring ball. Like nobody's spot is guaranteed right now. we're just all working like, and I feel like it just brings out a different like energy. Like we all competing, we're all working. It's just good for the team.
Size, did you feel like the team welcomed back all the opt-outs with open arms?
I did personally. I did like we're all a team at the end of the day. Like everybody had like other personal reasons. Like that's fine. Like as long as like you're willing to come back, work, and win the Mountain West Championship. Like that's all that we could ask for.
Isaias, you said part of the reason you came back is because you feel like this particular team can do stuff that you guys have never accomplished. What is it specifically that gives you that confidence, makes you think that this particular team can win a conference championship and accomplish whatever else you guys want to do as a team?
Really, just us as players and the coaches. Like coach, both of the coaches, the offensive and defense coordinator. Like I just feel they bring a different energy that we didn't have before. Even the new offensive coordinator, I like the energy he brings to the offense, and my coach, like he's really the first coach to believe in me, like as a player. So I just respect him, and I just believe like everybody around me just works. Like this is probably one of the hardest working teams we've had since we've been here, and that's why I think we can win the Mountain West.
So, do you think the disappointments of last season help feed into some of that approach also?
Definitely, like I definitely think last year left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Like we knew we were like of course like we could blame it on all sorts of things like COVID and stuff, but we knew we could play better. We knew we could do better, and we just took this off season. We took it personal, and we've all just been working, just improving every day.
Obviously, you guys didn't get a spring practice last year. It was a really short kind of camp leading into the season compared to when you guys started fall camp is kind of really when you got started under Coach Savell. How much more comfortable are you guys in the defense compared to when you started? Last, I guess it was last September when you guys started practicing.
Yeah, like last season, like the defense was like kind of like a foreign language. You had to learn it. Like it was like learning Spanish or something. Like, but I feel like everybody knows it now though. Like everybody's locked in. Like I don't know. I feel like the back of my hand now. I feel like I know it very well. I feel like everybody's just learning defense, and I feel like everybody knows what they want to do. And now it makes it easier for us to play hard and play fast. So.
Sias, Keyshawn Taylor dipped his toe in the water a little bit in the transfer portal and then came back. What do you see out of that kid, and how excited? I know he's not taking part in spring ball, but from what I understand, he's an exciting player and could be a real difference maker down the road. What do you see in Keyshawn?
He's a phenomenal athlete. He just needs to lock in and do what he's capable of. Like we all doubt ourselves, especially when we're young. Like when I was a freshman, I used to have doubts like, should I even be here? Stuff like that. But he's young. He just needs to learn. And people focus on other stuff. But if he just focuses and put his all in on football, I feel like he'll be a phenomenal player.
Like Marcus took you under his wing. Do you take any of these young cats under your wing?
Like I try to talk to people, but I don't force anything. Like if you want to work, like Isaac, he works a lot. Like just like if you want to work, like I'm more than willing to work, but I'm not gonna like chase anybody down to work.
You guys got any more questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sias.
Thank you.
Isaias.
Thanks, Nick.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Hey, Nick, I got a quick question. Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be like putting photos up on the media hub, or are you just going to email them, or how's this going to work?
Yeah, sorry, I was with golf, so that's why I wasn't any up on Tuesday. But we do have them. They're up on the media hub right now.
From today?
From today.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right, thanks, guys.